Welcome to the DL Community Calendar. And Barry, it's good to see you again.
Thanks, JP.
October 3rd is going to be a pretty big day, it looks like, isn't it?
It is. And I'm so glad to have the opportunity to share that with your listeners today.
Yeah, so let's talk about October 3rd. Bring your Bible to school day. Is it as simple as that? We're just encouraging people to bring their Bibles to school?
Just as simple as that. Personally, my whole vision is to see Detroit Lakes become a beacon of righteousness. And everything I do personally is focused in that direction. So when I see something come on the radar that looks like it would enhance that, I'm all on it. So I just read online the other day that October 3rd is going to be the second annual Bring Your Bible to School Day. Last year they had 650,000 students participating nationwide. And there's much information, much misinformation about religion in school and what you can and can't do. And I think because of fear, intimidation, concern about even losing your job if you say the wrong thing or whatever, that many Christians have backed off far more than they really need to. And so this whole thrust is not just to be a one-day event necessarily, but to encourage students and teachers and faculty alike. And one of the things I'd like to see is for everybody to be educated on what you can and can't do. And there's a website, adflegal.org, which has a very, very informative, facts, frequently asked questions, which I would encourage administrators, teachers, parents, and kids to go to and just see what you can and cannot do. There's a lot of things you can do. And so one of these things is a child is perfectly legal if he brings a Bible to school, if he opens the Bible during a lunch hour and sits at a table, if he has other Christian friends that want to come and join him and they read the Bible together. There's nothing illegal about that. And so we're hoping that this October 3rd thing will just be a springboard where Christian kids will feel more comfortable in letting their faith be seen.
Yeah, great opportunity to show your faith, but also to witness to others as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. It really is. And so we encourage all of you're watching this a week ahead of time, a little bit before the date. If you're in a church, let your pastors, maybe even, there's a neat little video clip that promotes this whole thing. They can show that maybe in church. Have your Sunday school classes, be aware of it. Just encourage your kids, encourage your students. I'm talking especially to Christian families. Obviously, there's people that don't want anything to do with it, and that's fine. But for those who do, let's get out there and share the good news.
All right, Bring Your Bible to School Day is October 3rd. Thank you so much for joining us today, Barry. More great events coming up next on the DL Community Calendar. Welcome back to the DL Community Calendar. Joining us today is Mark Berg. A great event coming up October 7th, Unmasking Brain Injury in Minnesota.
Right. I actually I had contacted the Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance to exhibit some art, and they were masks that were painted by people with stroke or brain injury, and they have 1,400 of these. They're a placard about this big. The mask is a white plastic mask about that large, and then there's a narrative underneath each of the paintings, and very moving. So I wanted to, and I get to exhibit them on the month of November and the month of December. But then the Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance said, what we'd like you also to do, and it's very important to us, is a mask painting event. And so it's for about 4 different groups of people, but all at once. Of course, people who suffered or survived stroke or brain injury, which are quite a few different kinds. The professionals that are caregivers, the family that are caregivers and have been affected by this, and the general public, because it's surprising to me that people have been saying to me, have been finding out about this, are saying, I'm kind of interested in going, and you don't mind if I paint a mask? I said, no, that'd be fine. So we'll paint the masks on October 7th, 7 p.m. at Trinity Lutheran Church. The Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance is bringing everything. That is all the supplies. There's no cost. You can go on the internet and just type brain injury, and at YouTube, let's say, and you'll see all kinds of people talking about this. And so it's about 2 hours, but that's because it just takes time to do the work. It's nothing difficult. And then the person has a narrative that has really two things it says in there. One is what to describe the mask, what the symbolism is, and that helps people interpret it. And the second thing is they often talk about the event or how their life is today, and that's where it can really grip you. So that's on October 7th at 7 p.m.
Sounds like a lot of fun. How did you get interested in this particular event?
Well, I'm in charge of or guide the art programming at Trinity Lutheran Church, and I'm always looking for exhibits from all of Minnesota and even parts of North Dakota. People bring their art and exhibit at Trinity. What's done for the church itself and the public that come regularly to see the art exhibits there, they're affected by the different artists, and all these artists are very different. And so from changing one exhibit to another, over time people have gotten the idea that it's good for them. That is, they, as a viewer, get something out of it. You can buy the art. This case, we aren't doing that, but so I'm always interested in an exhibit somewhere. And this one is, like I said, very moving. So in November and December, if you don't paint a mask, you're going to see some very interesting placards with painted masks and narratives.
Looks like it's going to be a great event. Thank you for stopping in. More great events coming up on the DL Community Calendar next. Welcome back to the DL Community Calendar. Joining me, Beth and Jill from the DL Chamber, and we're excited. A brand new award, the Splash Awards, are coming up. Let's talk all about it.
All right.
Carrie, if you want to start, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is a brand new event for the Chamber of Commerce. We are so excited. We've had a committee that's been developing this for quite a few months, and we're excited to be able to honor the volunteers of our community. That's really the focus. We know there's so much good in Detroit Lakes and the full region, and we wanted to find a way to honor that. So we're introducing the Splash Awards on October 3rd.
So what type of folks in the community are you honoring, and how do you get nominated?
So we had a nomination process, and it was looking for community volunteers, people who are active, not only active themselves, but also a lot of the categories talked about exciting others to be active in the community and to kind of show the way for others to be active. So we're really excited to be able to honor maybe first-time rising star kind of volunteers, but also those who've been a beacon here in the community for a long time.
And the nominees do range from individual people to nonprofit organizations to different boards, lots of groups throughout, not just single people on the go.
So where did the name Splash Awards come from? How did that name come about?
Well, of course, we're Detroit Lakes, so you have to do something with water, and sometimes it's just one little drop that makes a splash and makes a big difference in a community, and of course that ripple effect really just keeps going. So we want to embrace the water and who we are, and we know that we have lots of people making a difference.
So long-term vision of the Splash Awards as we get into the very first edition of the Splash Awards. What's the long-term vision of the awards? Do you hope that it continues for years and years?
Absolutely. We think that with this first year, we had over 35 nominees on our 7 categories. So we could just see it growing once people get to learn about it more and feel the good vibes that you get from everything that is done around here. So we encourage everybody to come attend, check out. We have designed the program a little bit differently. It'll be a little more fun, a little more exciting than a regular old boring banquet, but it is something that we want to see go on for years.
Okay, so if you want to get involved, I'm guessing most of this stuff, it doesn't happen without volunteers. You're looking for volunteers, I'm guessing. If you want to get involved in a volunteer capacity or you just want to be a part of the awards, how do you do that?
Sure. The Chamber's always looking for help, so we would love people to attend the event. Tickets are $25. They're available at the Chamber. It is a Thursday, starts at 3 o'clock, so it might be an early punch-out or come as part of your work and come represent an organization that you're active with. And with 21 finalists, you probably know lots of people who are going to be honored that afternoon. And then we'll be done at 5 o'clock, and we're actually going to roll a little business after hours happy hour in the bar at the Holiday Inn afterwards. So it'll be a fun evening just to get together with coworkers and family and friends.
All right, looking forward to it. The Splash Awards are coming up. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for all the great work that you do in our community. More on the DL Community Calendar next. Thanks for joining us on the DL Community Calendar. Another great event coming up. The Detroit Lakes Christian Women's Club has an event coming up, don't they? And this is going to be a fun one.
Yes, walking in style into the fall. We're having a style show and a speaker. So that's a popular one all year.
So tell me a little bit more about the style show.
Okay, Nadine's from Purim is where we go for our styles. And they've been very good about helping us.
So they're going to showcase some different styles, and then you also have a speaker. And what is that speaker going to be talking about?
Okay, Joyce Boozman is our speaker. She's from Centerville, South Dakota. And her message is insurance for a secure future. She's a retired postmaster and currently an insurance agent who talks about restoration and security following a personal tragedy. And we always have a delicious lunch. And this will be at the Holiday Inn in Detroit Lakes, Highway 10 East, and the luncheon cost is $12.50. That's for the whole afternoon. And if you want to make reservations, call by October 6th. You call Norma at 846-1977 or Esther at 847-5443. And as usual, free nursery is always available. If you need nursery for your children, call Diane Enslin at 849-2165 by Monday, and she'll arrange for that. And our sponsor this month is Detroit Lakes Floral, and ProPrint gives us a little break too. So we're fortunate, yeah.
Well, you always have great events at the Detroit Lakes Christian Women's Club, and this is going to be a good one too. Walking in Style into the Fall, and then Joyce Buseman from Centerville, South Dakota is also going to be speaking. More on the DL Community Calendar next. Welcome back to the DL Community Calendar. We're talking breast health. It's the month of October, and Amy, we've got some exciting things happening in the Lakes area.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So we are partnering, Layton Broadcasting, we're partnering with Essentia Health this year on a breast health campaign and want to spread some awareness with breast cancer awareness. And one of the things that we're doing, you're going to hear a lot about it now. Essentia is raising funds for their mammography department. They are wanting to make some upgrades in some of their technology and adding on like a they call it a navigator. So if you're diagnosed with breast cancer, then you have a person that can kind of walk you through all those steps. It's kind of like you've got that friend, that cheerleader that is there for you. But you'll hear more about it. But one of the things that Layton is doing this year to help with this, so we've created these really fun t-shirts. They say yes ma'am, and it's M-A-M-M for mammography, and we are selling these in the Lakes areas. They're a really nice soft t-shirt. We've got some sponsor logos on the back. They're $20, and all proceeds are going to go to the breast health campaign with Essentia.
And they're available at a couple of different locations in the Lakes area too, aren't they?
Yes, so we have them at some of our sponsor locations. They're available at Seven Sister Spirits, Leela and Lavender, and also the gift shop, the Essentia Health St. Mary's gift shop they're available at.
So why specifically Layton and some of these other sponsors, why are they getting on board with this?
You know, breast cancer awareness is something, so many people are affected by cancer. And so it's something that we're kind of excited to get behind, especially it's our local hospital here. They're wanting to help people. They want to keep people here and be that resource right here for people. So it's important to us and to others to kind of get behind this project and help them make those upgrades to the department that they can. So.
And the way that technology just increases just within 5 years is pretty incredible. So nice to have a facility that's upgrading their equipment and allowing people who might be going through breast cancer or relatives, friends, family members who know someone who's going through breast cancer and the treatments to be able to stay right here in the local area and get the treatments that they need.
Yes, absolutely. That's really important. So yeah, we're excited. This is just one of the pieces that we're kind of getting on board with, and it's an easy way for you to help support their project as well. And yeah, we'll have them again, Seven Sisters, Leela and Lavender, and the Essentia gift shop with all proceeds going to their project.
All right, go buy one of these Yes Ma'am t-shirts. They look good on guys and gals, and you can purchase them for $20. That will do it for today's edition of the DL Community Calendar. If you'd like your event on the DL Community Calendar, call Abby at 847-5624.